Hello. Now we will learn a little bit about how to use iLogic in components. So remember assembly we did in a chapter, the one we did, chapter 6. So basically there was one, and now I will show you how you can place iLogic components and how you can modify these components. So we will go to start a new standard assembly. So we will go new standard assembly. You see right there, and we will create, and then we will change a little bit how we approach the logic. I mean the main placement. So you see, we were playing with placement from the content center a little bit, but we will do place iLogic component. So, and then we will locate the piston assembly parts. You see, you must save assembly before placing. Okay, fine. I will save this assembly. So then place logic. Okay, file, save as, maybe assembly. I will call it place logic. This is chapter 17. Just use different name than the one you usually you use for the other one. So I'm going place logic components. So you see we have these piston assembly part. If you don't see them, switch to large icons. You see extra large icons, and then we can select piston case. So let me see this one, piston case. So we will open just the part, okay, and we will orient it the way we orient it. So you see now we have all dimensions that were used to create this part when we were making it. And when you add part like iLogic component, you can actually edit all these parameters that we use to make these parts. So for example, you see what is 8 inches, something there. First diameter we did D0, no, this is dimension, it's not diameter. So probably the first rectangular shape. So look, if I change that to 10 inches, it should extend over there. So you see, I just added the same part, but I just extended first. Oops, sorry, I'm just adding more of them. So you see, by using this, you can actually change parameters on, so you see, if you remember how this part was done, it was that first extrusion that I changed 8 to 10. So you see this 10 here is different. So let me just do that one more time so you can see again. So look, I'm just removing it. So again, place from content center, not that. We will say place iLogic components, and we will do the piston case. So then when it's there, you see all the dimensions we used to create it. You can make it bigger so you can see all the dimensions we have. And this is all parametric. And sometimes when you want to change it, it might let you change, but sometimes it has to make sense of what we were using over there. So you see, for you, 8 inches might not be D0. It depends how you dimension it. That might be in D1. So what they want us to do is to switch 8 inches to 9. And basically, if you say OK, you'll see how this will become bigger. You see it extended a little bit. And then they want to change D10 2.15. It really depends if you have that same dimension. It looks like I was going my way dimensioning things. So let me see, D10, change value from 2 to 1. So whatever it's 2, for me it's D9. So I see I have one that is 2, and I can change it to 2.125. And I say, okay, the hole became bigger. You see, for me, the hole became bigger. And how we save this, we say, okay, so we need to save assembly before we do anything else. Look, I'm clicking here, and escape, I don't need many, I just have one. one piston, in this case, a little bit longer rectangular shape and bigger hole. So we want to save. So, okay, fine, we will save this. So we will say file save, and you will see it will create one more part. So if you go to your original folder, you should see that you have one more part. That is piston case. You see we have piston case. Since, I made one that is 10, the other one is 9, I even have 3 of them because that's just how I was creating them all the time. So then also we will do another one. Let's do a piston. So we will place iLogic component of a piston. So yeah, my piston is, let's put the gold one in. So you see, now I have piston, and piston has its own different things there that I just want to screenshot this for later use because it has interesting information there. So you see, now I have different values for the piston. So basically, if you see what is your D1, for me, D1, the first two are showing is 2 inches. What I want to do, they want to change first 2 and maybe make it 2.125. So hopefully we have the same ones. Let's see what is changing. It became bigger. So if that hole increased, this now piston is bigger. So probably that's what I wanted to do. So that's okay. We increased that value. And then for the second value, where we have 2, for me, that's D1. For you, it might be something else. So they also want to extend that to 2.125 as well. So change both 2's to, you see, for me, they're like one after another. And basically that's my piston. So again, I will escape because I need only one, and I will save this, and you will see that I will have again another golden piston there. You see, there are 2 of them now. You see this 1-01, that's the logic one. So, and then they want to have another con rod. So I'm going to place iLogic components, and let me check which one is that one. Yeah, con rod. Okay, open. And then you see these are the values you have for that. And your whatever, however you did your drawing, you have unique way how you have D0, D1, D2, D4, D5. But what I want us to do, they want to see to find 4.75 value and to change 4.75 to 5.5. And that's what I want us to do basically. Okay. And then we have these new parts and we can save, and you say, well, all of them will be the same. So basically, in this way, you can have your own tiny catalog and change, parts you design. And, the way the catalog works, basically what you're seeing there, all this programming with D0, D1, that's basically how you would create something like that. You will have a logic inside of it. So, however we defined all the sketches. So right now you see we have these sketches inside of it. And if you click on any of them, you will see what is you see, like this is showing us what is D1. So I use this 75. Any dimension that you have, it will show in that dialog, and also the extrude and some other different things. So, that's very interesting to know. So, many of these, they will have different options. You can also try to see, what are different things you can get. And you see, you can also export this, like I said, to different CAD format. You can do inspect different tools there. Under manage, you have these parameters, you see. So here, parameters, I know exactly for this part that part, that I only use these parameters. So I have somewhere I did some 0 inches, 5.5, 0.5, 70.5, and you can also add there some different things. But when we create these standard catalogs, we're making them by using these parameters. Most likely make part, make components, different things you can also have there. So, you know, there's more stuff to this, but it's nice to see, you know, what kind of different things you have. And you see this iLogic are here. You see we have add rules, iLogic browser. There's different things that you might find under there. You know, if you don't want to use it, you can remove it later. Okay, so hopefully you learned a little bit about what kind of dimensions we have, you know, in these parametric parts and how you can edit them. Thank you for watching. That was chapter 17.